Shalom, family. It's good to see all of you here. We're going to go over what I'm sure you all heard about out in the news, how Biden is trying to push a bill to get $450,000 per person to migrant families that were separated at the southern border. You know, let me just tell you something. They know this kind of stuff is going to piss us off. They're doing it deliberately to make sure we see it happen. They know that we want reparations. We've been talking about it forever now. And they know we want protection from law enforcement harming and killing us, straight up murdering us out on the streets. So they gave the Asians a crime bill. And now they're pushing Joe Biden this thing for reparations. They know this is going to piss us off. They already know it. But see, what they'll do is when we bring it up, they want to shut us down. They don't want to hear it. So I'm like this, since they like to make the Black community mad, make them mad by not voting for them. Make their asses mad back. You know, that is the problem with us. We never want to retaliate on people that do us wrong. We don't want to retaliate on them. And that in itself is a problem. That is a problem. And unfortunately, when the election cycle comes up again, we're going to have many in the Black community that will be more than happy to go out and give votes to people that don't give a rat's behind about any of us. You know, they got in their minds, well, we have to vote. No, you don't. No, you don't. You just made a conscious decision to vote, even if you're not being treated well. We should never be that way. How do you demand respect when you won't even hold their feet to the fire when they do what's wrong? And this is just another one of those things. But America, ladies and gentlemen, is falling apart. It really is. I'm going to show y'all something on the screen. It's a story that I already did, but I want you to see how bad it is out here in the job market in America. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And we'll go over this briefly, and then we'll get into this garbage that Joe Biden got going on giving money to illegals, people that aren't even from this country. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Joseph Washington. All right. And everybody that came behind him. Thank you. All right. So I want to show you this. And this is a story I did before where 4.3 million workers quit their job in the month of August. Now, here's one thing I want to add to this. It's been consistently 4 million per month for the last 5 months in a row. Did y'all hear what I said? 4 million people are resigning each month for the last 5 months in a row. August set a record because it went over that 4 million to 4.3 million. That's a lot of people leaving the workforce all at once. Now, look at how many jobs were gained in that same month of August. 235,000 jobs. So by far, there's a hell of a lot more people leaving the job market than entering the job market. Both of these articles came out on CNBC, and they were anticipating 720,000 people would return back to the job market. That didn't happen. only 235,000 people in the month of August 2021 started new jobs. This is unsustainable. This place is going to crash if this does not improve. 4 million per month, and then not even 300,000. I mean, damn, 235,000 entering the job market. That is unbelievable. And America cannot do this in the long term. Absolutely can't do this. So it's a big mess. And as far as Joe Biden is concerned, America should have bigger fish to fry than to give money away to people that aren't even from here. All right. And I don't understand why they won't fix things in their own countries, but they come across the border, and when they get here, many of these people will hate on the Black community, and they come from these little dirt places. So first, I want to say, when they give them $450 per person, that's our money. The Black community has also paid tax dollars into the money they are giving away. Okay. So the story that I have is from Newsweek. GOP outraged over Biden's talks to pay migrant families separated at the border. So remember, the separation started in 2018. But ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to think about something. I want you to think about something. Let me turn that off. Thank you. All right. I want y'all to think about something. Shut the hell up already. So I want y'all to think about something. Some of these immigrants send their 2- and 3-year-olds across the border unaccompanied. We heard these stories before. They will send their 5-year-old all by themselves across the border. Okay? But now it's a problem. I remember even 10 years ago, there was a story, and I think it was a little boy. I can't remember what country he came out of. I don't know if it was Mexico or Honduras. It was one of those countries. And he came across the border, 3 years old, by himself. They were able to find his mother and take him back to the country he came from. 3 years old. So I don't know why they're acting brand new about these people being split up when they have been doing this all along. You'll have parents coming across the border, but their kids are left behind. The kids are coming across without the parents. They act like this is new. This ain't new. Okay, this ain't new. And it didn't start with Trump. It started with these immigrants themselves. All right. So this is October 29th, 2021. So Republicans are actually criticizing Joe Biden. And I can't believe this, but I agree with the damn Republicans. Not that I like them, because I don't like Republicans. So they criticize his proposal to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars in compensation to families who suffered under the zero tolerance migration policy of former President Donald Trump. The Wall Street Journal reported that the Justice, Homeland Security, and Health and Human Services Department were among the agencies negotiating settlements of $450,000 per person affected by the policy that led to families being separated at the U.S. southern border. Now, this is bullshit. Now, we have been separated for 500 damn years. Okay, from chattel slavery even to this very day. They now use mass incarceration, ladies and gentlemen, to keep Black families separated. And no Department of Homeland Security or anything else ever sat down to discuss that. Our separations have gone on far longer than anything these people have gone through at the border. And if anything, people should be outraged at how these kids come across that border. Some of these kids don't even have shoes on, y'all. They're walking barefoot. I would think you'd be more outraged about that. All right. So from spring 2018, the Border Patrol agents apprehended and jailed parents on charges of illegally entering the U.S. Images of children being wrenched from their families to be placed in shelters sparked widespread condemnation. Really? How many Black children are sitting in orphanages and they're sitting in foster homes and they're waiting to be adopted? You know, you would think our kids never went through this, y'all. The way these people talk, you would think Black children never been separated or in these situations. Unbelievable. All right. So in June 2018, a federal judge in California ordered the government to rescind policies and reunite families. So about 5,500 children were separated, but an estimated 1,000 still not been returned to families, CBS News reported earlier in October. Lawyers for 940 families have said the separation caused long-term emotional distress and trauma to both parents and children, the Journal reported, as Joe Biden faces pressure to fulfill a campaign promise to overturn Trump's anti-immigration legacy. Some prominent Republicans have posted to Twitter to condemn the reports about compensation, and I condemn it too. We have been waiting a hell of a lot longer than some immigrant coming across the border. I'm opposed to it too. South Carolina Lindsey Graham tweeted, "I just about fell out of my chair when I read this. For the sake of our country, I hope this reporting is an error. This would be an outrage." It sure would. But you know what? As outrageous as it sounds, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Biden can get this pushed through by a stroke of a pen. The same stroke of a pen he won't do for us. Okay? So think about this. 7.5 million Americans lost their unemployment just a few months ago, all at once. Oh, we need to get you off of unemployment. Really? So you knocked all of these Americans off of unemployment, but you want to justify to us that you need to give money to people that don't even live here, aren't citizens here, never paid taxes here, never did anything legal on the soil. But they're more deserving than Americans that are unemployed due to the pandemic. They're more entitled than them. Wow. Okay. Now, this is what they want to do for immigrants, but this is what they want to do for Americans. They want to audit your account to see if you got $600 in there and see what kind of transactions that you made. That's what they want to do for the American people. But for immigrants, they want to give $450,000 a piece. Let me know if this makes any sense. But if you live in America, the IRS, they want to come after your account over $600 damn dollars. I mean, you can't make it up. You can't make it up at all. All right. So Biden keeps the border wide open so more people can illegally invade. And I agree with that. The Democrats, because this is a Democratic government, dominated government. So do you hear any of them screaming and hollering? We ain't even heard about HR 40 in months. When was the last time we heard about HR 40? They done stopped talking about that altogether. We don't hear nothing about it. So, so what happened to Sheila Jackson Lee and this reparation bill for Black Americans? I don't think I've heard about HR 40 all year. It might have been an article dropped here and there, but we haven't heard anything significant about that. You know why? Because they want that to go away. They want that to go away. They don't want to hear about it. They don't want to pay you nothing. And they don't even want to put a committee together at this point. They just completely stop talking about it altogether. And it's just more proof how they don't want to do a damn thing for Black men and women and children in this country. They would rather take care of people that have not contributed to anything in this country because they got stuck at the border. They can't even claim they did a lot in this country. They didn't do squat, but get separated at the border. So Joe Biden is more inclined to do for them than for us. Just like the Asian crime bill. Ain't nobody out here hardly touching Asians. If you go and look at the FBI report, they ain't hardly being touched. But they got a crime bill over Black people who is overwhelmingly out here being murdered and brutalized and tortured on a regular. And they had the nerve to use the Black community as justification for pushing that bill through. Now, isn't it amazing how before that bill was passed, Black people are attacking Asians. Black people are attacking Asians. And then the bill gets passed, right? Have we heard about any more Black people attacking Asians since that bill got signed into law? Don't hear a peep out of nobody about it. That's how we know it's fake. You orchestrated that whole thing just to justify getting that bill passed. Only a minority of the separated families could be eligible for the compensation payments, and many have not filed an administrative complaint to the government for fear of reprisal, sources told the New York Times. Well, I got a problem giving tax dollars to these people. As a Black woman in America, I've never done nothing to any of these immigrants. So whatever money that I'm paying into taxes, why should it go to them? I would rather for it to go to people in my own community. Why should it go to them? So, all right. So one of the lead negotiators on the behalf of the family, Lee Lernett, a deputy director for the ACLU Immigrant Rights Project, told the Times compensation for the families was the right thing. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. If you haven't done this for Black families that have endured separation for centuries, these folks should not get it either. Other conservative lawmakers and commentators have criticized the report of negotiation. Senator ChuckGrassley called the plan unacceptable in his tweet, adding, "We should not be paying anything to people who break our laws." I agree with that. As much as I don't even like these people, they're right in this instance. Senator Bill Haggerty said, if you think Biden's policies were a magnet to illegal immigrants before, just wait until illegal immigrants are paid $450K each. for coming here illegally. Yeah, you broke the law and now you're going to get paid for breaking the law. Offering free open borders apparently isn't enough. Doing this in the middle of a record border crisis is jaw-dropping. Yeah. Can you imagine? It's going to be floods of these people coming in when you pay this because they're going to be looking for a payday too. You wait. You pay this out, it's going to be all kinds of people coming up at that border claiming they lost their kids. They don't know where their kids are. Their kids got separated from them. They're going to be making all kinds of claims. And I bet you even some that don't have kids will be telling you they can't find their kids. Okay. Yeah, they'll go that deep with it. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. All right. The meantime, those who broke the law to come here and broke the law to stay here could be getting $450,000 per person. That is outrageous. It's sick, and this shouldn't happen. You know, this is why they want to be in charge of the money so they can divvy it out to anybody they want except for us. See, they'll give it to any damn body except for our hands. They don't want us to have shit. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. You know, we got placed into slavery against our will. These people coming across this border, they are doing it willingly. Nobody is making them come here. And they're not even being forced out of the countries that they come out of. Many of them don't have to leave at all. Thunder, thank you for let me just thank everybody, a matter of fact, that gave hold your vote and be ready when they fearmonger us that if they're not in office, the voting rights will not be renewed and we'll go back to slavery. Well, we'll take the chance. We'll take the chance. That's my answer to that. We'll take the chance. So you're going to put all of us back in slavery. Do you know how heavily armed the Black community is now? Can you imagine somebody showing up at your door talking about they going to take you back into slavery? You know what a disaster that could be? All right. So let me see, because I know I missed some of these. Brandon Cruisings, thank you for the super chat. They passing bills for other groups to prime them as their new voter base. They know they lost the Black vote. Our vote is for sale and they refuse to buy. And that's okay. We don't need them. You know, I mean, this is what you all need to know. Politicians need us a hell of a lot more than we need them. How do we need them when they do absolutely nothing for us? If they're not doing nothing for us, how the hell do we need them in the first place? That's my question. We don't need them. And they need to be told that. Hollywood 2000, thank you so much for the super sticker. And there's one more here. And thank you for becoming a new member. Levi Hebrew, thank you so much for the super sticker. I mean, this is ridiculous. So, you know, this is once again us being, excuse my language, but us being shitted on once again by the same people who are hell-bent and will tell you and get offended that when we say we need reparations, they got the nerve to try to get upset with us. But the thought of giving money away to people at the border, you cool with that. You cool with that. These people have not given and contributed to this country like the Black community have. These people haven't done nothing. And many of them that come across the border, they can't even fill the jobs that are short in America. Many of these people come across the border with second grade educations. Okay, that's how they come across the border. Dan Ruck, thank you so much for the super chat. This current administration is a disgrace. Actually, Dan, all of them are a disgrace. There is no president that have done a damn thing for us. All of them are a disgrace. And all of them turn their nose up at the thought of giving us reparations. All of them do. Even Donald Trump, when he was in, he said, reparations, I can't see it happening. Well, I guess him having one term, I guess he didn't see that happening either, but it did happen. None of them are any good. You really can't claim Donald Trump was any good. What the hell did he do for us? Nothing. Okay. I mean, I know we're saying, okay, well, you got Joe Biden, and you got Trump out. Yeah, but Trump didn't do nothing when he was sitting in there. So I don't see that part of the argument as being valid. I could see if you said, look, Donald Trump did this A, B, and C for the black community. He didn't do nothing either. So who the hell cares if he didn't get back in office? At the end of the day, none of them do for us. None of them. None of them. Yeah, Jewel Ivy, that's definitely YouTube. If you're not getting your notifications, that's been an ongoing problem on YouTube. I mean, it's just unbelievable. If you're not getting your notifications, you're getting unsubscribed. So believe me, I'm hearing all of that. The only lioness, thank you for the super chat. If the VP wasn't as ridiculous as the president, I would want to impeach. Always finding money for others, this disrespect all Americans. Yeah, well, one thing, all Americans did not go through chattel slavery. We did. If anybody should get anything, nobody should come in here and get anything above us, especially people that are not from here. They should not get a thing. Del Monte Green Beans, thank you for the super chat. I notice he's doing this on purpose. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. They're really doing this to slight the black community. They know what they're doing, and they know how we're going to react to it too. That's why Joe Biden is talking this, and the mainstream media is going to make sure you hear about it, because at the end of the day, none of them give a damn about us. That's what I think. Just for the conversation about him, I may be incorrect. No, they want us to, hear about it and react, just like they wanted us to hear about that Asian crime bill. They're doing this on purpose. Here you got black people that legitimately lost their jobs during the pandemic. Let's say you don't want to go back because slavery, oh, well, that, how they all like to talk, that was a long time ago. Okay, well, the pandemic is not a long time ago, and many black men and women lost their jobs, some jobs that will never ever come back, and they could have used that money for reparations. They could have got it. Okay, it could have helped many people in the black community that are struggling through the pandemic right now. Don't they say we are more disproportionate in getting CV? We're more disproportionate in getting evicted. Aren't they saying this? And income wise, a lot of your essential workers are black men and women, and we know essential workers in America don't make squat. So who couldn't have used $450,000 more than people in the black community per person? Who couldn't have used it more than us? At least when we were working those jobs, we were helping and being part of building America economically. These people can't even say that. They can't even say they have helped in part of building the economic structure of this country. We sure can say it, because they've been taking our tax dollars forever. They take our tax dollars and give us shitty ass policing. They take our tax dollars and give us effed up education. If anything, if you don't want to give reparations, give us our damn tax dollars back, because you have done nothing to earn it. You're robbing us of our money and you're giving us nothing in return. So if you don't want to give reparations, give us our tax money back, because you didn't earn it. You didn't earn one dime of it. So everybody, I just wanted to blow off some steam about this crap that came up. And I'm not surprised that Joe Biden, who anytime we complain, he cops a damn attitude and gets all upset. But he's ready to stroke his pen and push a bill through to give these folks all kinds of money that he has never, ever given to anyone in the Black community. But he talk about, what did he say? Oh, Black community, I'll never forget you getting me in office. I have your back. Didn't he say he was going to have our back? Well, shit. I mean, we'd be better off having an enemy having our damn back than Joe Biden. Well, he is an enemy. Jacoby Dismissy. So they get to come illegally and get yeah, they're getting paid for coming across the border illegally. They getting compensated for that. Oh, you want to come to America illegally? Oh shit. Once you cross the border, tell them they took your child and they'll give you $450,000. You know, I'm serious. A lot of them are going to play that game. They're undocumented. So, which means it's not like they're at the border and showing any kind of documentation. That's why they're called undocumented. So, if they're undocumented, anybody can cross that border and claim their child got taken, right? You don't have no documentation proving whether they got kids or not. So, wouldn't that make it easy for even people that don't have kids to get that money? I'm just saying. Okay, wouldn't it make it easy for them to say that? So what do Black people got to do? Do we got to get all dirty, go up at the border, dirty ourselves up and come across with an accent just to get some damn reparations? I mean, this is crazy. But this, ladies and gentlemen, should prove without a shadow of a doubt. We already knew this government hate us. We already knew this. Now it's undeniable, even to you folks out here hell-bent on voting. It's undeniable. This government hates us. And they seize every single opportunity to show it to us too. Del Monte Green Beans, thank you. Shoot, I could have bought a nice Peterbilt with 700 horses. LOL. I apologize, Miss Cabrera. No need to apologize. Shoot, I mean, with that money, they can come here and have a better house than the average Black man or woman with that money. And you've been here and been working here your whole life. Many of my Black brothers and sisters are in apartments. And these mofos are going to get enough money to buy a home you can't even get. Okay? Yeah, just sit on that thought. Ladies and gentlemen, please, thank you so much for being here. And we'll definitely come together and do this again. Wherever you are in this world or in this country, please enjoy the rest of your day. Peace, family.